Hello, welcome to my Q&A. This might be a bit boring for you because I'm just going to be sitting here in front of the camera answering the questions, but I thought it'd be good for you to get to know me, and if you don't like it, I won't do one again.
Am I in the video?
No.
Why not?
I told you not to disturb me.
Oh please.
Hey, the camera's
I
on.
won't say anything, I'll just sit there.
Right, okay. You're... Right, okay, well you do have a question, so I'm just going to go... I asked you all to send me questions. Stop looking at me. I asked you to send me questions.
Why are you dressed the same as me?
Yeah. So this happens with us. He can't dress himself, so every time I get dressed, I don't think you do it on purpose, but you do copy what I wear, and it looks like we're trying to be like the Beckhams, copying each other, but that is not meant to be like that. So this is like a daily thing. If I'm wearing all black, he'll wear all black.
She copies me.
Okay, so anyway, I asked you to send me questions. I've screenshotted them from social media, and I'll just show them below and answer them as we go. So I'll quickly go to the one that was for you. You've got one question and then you can go.
I got a question.
What does Paris do?
I'm Claire's selfie stick 24/7.
Why are you being all actorish? Act normal.
I am acting normal.
Look at the camera like a person. Stop looking at me. And maybe breathe in. I need to breathe in as well. So what do you do?
Okay, I used to be a stockbroker, and now I'm a...
You're not... Relax.
But I am relaxed, I can't say
Go.
any different. I can't say any differently.
Go and relax yourself. Right, now do your normal voice as well. So what do you do?
I used to be a stockbroker.
No! Just once you need to do that.
Now I've set up my
Now!
It's not fucking funny. I used to be a stockbroker, and I've opened my own luxury travel agency and tour operator. So if you're interested, contact Kensington and Pearl.
You've just given yourself a shout out on my video.
Yes. Can I go now? Okay.
You've completely disturbed me. You've... Right, okay, bye.
Okay, cheers.
Bye. And actually go this time. Okay, he's got his minute of fame, so I'll go back to the questions. I've lost where I am.
I got a present for you. Oh, if you want me to go, that's fine, but I've got a present.
This never happens. Are you trying to make yourself look really good?
Yeah.
A Net-a-Porter. Okay, this is a Q&A turned into a reveal, I swear to you. What is this? Why have I got a present? Why have I got this?
Oh, I've been naughty apparently.
Oh my god. He was naughty at the weekend.
Kinda.
Okay, go now.
Bye.
This has completely thrown me. Go away!
I want to see the reveal.
This is... I don't know what's happening. So it's a Bauman box. You can be naughty every weekend then now.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Ooh. Can you see it? I can't tell. Ooh. So I'm just about to film my beauty room, and now this can be in it. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. So, okay, now this is a reveal. I got a Bauman gold brush. Thank you. Okay, so that was all a bit weird, wasn't it? He never ever gets me a present, by the way, and I think he knew I was filming this, and he's trying to be the perfect husband. Okay, so this is from Kaylee. I'm not going to say all the names, I'm just going to put them below as I'm saying this. How easy was it for you to set up your blog? Any tips for beginners? It wasn't easy for me, but now I'm paranoid it's going to come back in. It wasn't easy, but I only started doing it because I used to work at Harrods and I used to write the Harrods blog. This is probably not flattering. So I used to write the Harrods blog just for the staff, and I found it really fun, and I had a really good manager at the time, and she was telling me all about blogs. I didn't even know what they were, and I just went home, said I wanted to do a blog for about a year and never did it. And then Paris calls me Chouquette, and he actually built the website for me and said, I've made you a blog. I thought, oh, what has he called it? Probably something cheesy, but it was actually quite a good name because it is my nickname. Maybe wouldn't have picked that because a lot of people can't say and spell it. So I would just go with your real name because you're never going to get bored of it and it's easy for people to remember. So I just started taking photos of my outfits. If you ever look back to the beginning, they're actually really bad, like really, really bad. So I would just say the main tip is that you have to be really passionate because it's so much more work than anybody realises. You have to put everything into it if you want to do well, especially because it's so saturated now. There's a lot of competition, and I would just say be consistent and try to be unique. Do your own thing, and I would try not to look at too many bloggers. Like when I started the YouTube, I didn't look at one YouTube because I didn't want to subconsciously copy somebody else, so I did my own thing. So I hope that answer was good enough. That's another person asking what Paris does. I'd be interested to know what you'd wear on a date, makeup and outfit. So on a date, I never used to date that much, but I'd always go for the sexy but casual look. The look where it looks like I've got ready in 5 minutes, but really I've been getting ready for 5 days. I would literally start the week before, gym, tan, hair treatments. I would go all out, but then when the date come, I would wear something really simple, something that you're comfortable in. I barely ever used to wear heels because I just didn't want the danger of once I was walking down the street and my heel flipped off, and so I'm never doing that again. So my first date with Paris, we went to the cinema. Yeah, and I wore Chanel ballet pumps, I think, boyfriend jeans, and a white Zara blazer. And he said that when he met me, he was really surprised because we'd actually met when I was really dressed up, and he thought I was more of a girly girl, and he liked it that I was a bit of a tomboy. So I'd always keep my makeup really minimum because I didn't want them. I don't want to meet a man and then they see me like amazing, and then the next day without my makeup I don't look as great, and then I'd be really conscious. So minimum makeup and a classic outfit that you feel comfortable, look a bit sexy, and go for the casual look where you've not tried but really you have. Next question. How did you, Paris and Emma meet? Okay, so I take it that means Emma Hill. I'll start with Paris. So I had a boyfriend of 6 years. Lovely guy, nothing bad to say about him, but I always knew I wasn't going to marry him. So I think that when you get to mid-20s and you're with a guy that you don't really think you're going to marry, you should probably not be with that person. So I knew he wasn't the one. A friend of mine asked me to go out. I never used to go out, but because I'd just literally broken up with him, I thought, okay, I'll go out. Never go out in Mayfair, never go to these kind of bars, neither does he. I was introduced to him. I thought he was the rudest person I've ever met in my life. I said, oh, hi, nice to meet you. And he went, hello. Didn't speak to me all night. He was really rude. He was like really scruffy and messy. And I was like, who is this man? And then we went to a club. I went outside. He was there. We ended up speaking for 2 hours straight. We came back into the club and the lights were on and it was time to go home. So it wasn't really a exciting, oh my god feeling when I met him. It was like a weird, strange feeling. Like I felt really content, and I asked him his surname because I knew it was going to be my surname. I just knew I was going to marry him. It was the strangest feeling. Am I looking in the camera? I think I'm looking everywhere. It was a really strange feeling. I just knew he was the one, and I text my mum drunk saying I've just met the man I'm going to marry. crazy, completely crazy. 5 years later, we're married. So that was weird. That's how we met. So Emma Hill, I met Emma on an Arcadia Halloween search. There was a few bloggers. I was there with another blogger friend, and I'm quite shy. I'm actually quite a shy person, and if I'm in a group of people, I tend to stay on my own or stick with that one person that I'm with. And at the time, I was kind of really shy and stuck to my friend. At the time, that was Tamara. And Tamara was doing all the talking and she was talking to her, and I completely stayed on my own. And then we bumped into each other after that all the time for about a year. And I've actually got photos of her taking pictures of Tallulah at Fashion Week when I didn't even know her. Then one day we went out on sorry if I'm going into too much detail. One day we went on a Miss Selfridge night out for a club edit, and we went to the hairdressers to all get ready, get our nails done, and they sat me next to Emma and we completely hit it off. So it took me a year to properly speak to her, because that's what I'm like. It takes me ages to get friendly with someone. And then we completely hit it off. We've got the same morals, we're from the same background, we're really similar, and at the same time we're both really hardworking and passionate about the blogging. So that's how we met about 2 years ago, and we've been friends ever since. I love your blog, thank you, Kate. Which place was your favourite place to visit on your honeymoon? So we went to Maldives, to 2 hotels, Sri Lanka and India. I love India. I've been there a couple of times before and I really love it. It's a bit of a culture shock when you get there, but I really recommend it. It's amazing. Sri Lanka, I always wanted to go there. Loved it, thought it was amazing. It's kind of in between the Maldives, as in the people, and India is kind of in between. But I would say that if I had to choose India or Sri Lanka, I'd go back to India. And the Maldives, it was my favourite. But because it was the kind of holiday, like the cheap. He's coming up the stairs again. Okay, come in. These are not from him. Wow. Okay, you can definitely go now. And you've changed your top, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's trying to, this is not from him, I repeat. This is not from him. Wow, these are amazing. So this is from a local florist, the Bloom Room. They heard about me wanting black. I can't believe how incredible these look. Wow, so I'm going to put that there. I hope you can still see it. God, how amazing are these? So heavy. Can you see them? Perfect timing to arrive. Pop those there. So you all know that I really wanted the black roses, and then there's this story. I said to him, why didn't you get me black roses for Valentine's Day? And he said because his ex-girlfriend liked, I hope she's not watching this and knows who I am. She liked black roses, so I'm not allowed black roses, which is ridiculous. And then I got the most hilarious snaps from you saying that your boyfriend doesn't allow you to listen to Beyonce because his ex-girlfriend, and one girl isn't allowed to wash her hair with Aussie shampoo, so it reminds me of his ex-girlfriend. So boys, get over it. All girls like Beyonce, Aussie hair, shampoo and roses. Okay, seriously, now you've got to go away. Okay, thank you. Now you've really got to go away, because I'm not going to get this down. So the Bloom Room. As far as I know, back to the flowers. As far as I know, these are the only places in England that do hat boxes. Normally they're from like LA or something, but I am really surprised what these look like. They're incredible. I'm going to show you some pictures later on. He's trying to look like the perfect husband. So yeah, they've just sent me them, so great. So back to the honeymoon. Definitely the Maldives. I wanted that typical cheesy Maldives honeymoon, and it was everything I dreamed of. Hotels were incredible, and I'll link my Maldives video for you to have a look at, and the Indian one will be up. Actually, that's probably already up by the time I put this up. How did you and Paris meet, and what's your favourite designer brand? So I just told you the story of me and Paris. We met in a club, but via mutual friends, and that's that story. Favourite designer brand? Okay, well obviously Chanel. Clothes to wear at Bauman. If I could ever only pick one ready-to-wear brand, I think it would be Bauman, because it's really, some of their jackets and things are so classic. Chanel is my favourite brand for bags, and I do like their ready-to-wear, but I can't really afford their ready-to-wear. But Bauman and Chanel is definitely up there. Where would you splurge and save when it comes to fashion and interior? Any tips for interior? When it comes to splurging, definitely a bag. That's the first item I'd always splurge on, because you can wear a £10 Primark dress and with a Chanel bag, you completely change your outfit or Givenchy bag, whatever it is, when it comes to fashion and interior. Me and Paris always stay in, so a sofa to us is really important. So I just had my sofa, I designed it and had it made. Whole link where I had that done as well, because they're incredible. So we did spend more money than what your average sofa is, but it's worth it for us. And I actually save a lot of money when I do interior design, because I find a lot of old furniture and then I repaint it myself and I get it reupholstered. So I'd say the best tip for interior design would be to rummage old furniture on eBay, markets, Gumtree, and then sand it down, repaint it, reupholster it. The dressing room that I have, which is in front of me, which you will see on my beauty room video, that is incredible, like a one-off design, and I paid £150 on eBay. So that's my tip for that. What are some of your favourite blogs to read? When I started my blog, I didn't read too many bloggers because I didn't want to get influenced. I wanted to get my own style and do my own thing. Then I started reading them, and I love reading blogs. If I ever want to buy something expensive, I'll go and see what it looks like on another blogger. And it's hard to find people that are doing honest reviews. And there are a lot of bloggers out there that kind of I used to really like, and now they're just clearly wearing stuff that is unattainable to me, or that I know that they're being paid to wear. So I tend to not follow bloggers like that. And I like the up and coming bloggers because you get to really see what they are. At the moment, I don't really have time to read many blogs, and I try not to still look at them because I don't want to think, oh, that looks amazing, and then without realising doing it. But I do read all of my friends' blogs because I think I don't have the time to read many, and I want to know what they're doing. Oh, I love reading beauty blogs and interior design blogs. I can't think of any at the moment. Basically, I like to read stuff that I'm not very good at, like makeup. I like to get inspo for interior design. I don't really read that many fashion blogs. If you could go back to a first date with Paris, what did you wear? Would you change what you wore? What would you wear now? I would wear exactly what I wore before. So someone actually asked me what I'd wear on a first date, and I told you. And I actually told you what I wore on my first day with Paris. It was a blazer and boyfriend jeans. I think I would probably I wouldn't have changed what I wore, because he said looking back he was really surprised that I was wearing something so casual, and it was definitely the right choice. I didn't try too hard, so I wouldn't change it. What would I wear now? I would either wear exactly the same, boyfriend jeans and a blazer, definitely go for the effortless look that took me 5 hours. The only thing I would change now is maybe I'm a bit older and a bit more sophisticated, and I would probably wear maybe tight jeans and a blazer, but again, really simple. Who is your favourite style icon? I'm sorry if I get these confused with some of the ones in my wardrobe, so you can just skip it. I honestly don't have a style icon. I really don't. But I think that's understandable, seeing as fashion has been my whole life. I studied it at uni, done internships since I was 16 years old. I was a personal shopper at Harrods. I was a stylist. So I think that I am one of those people that like to kind of wear my own things. I'm sure I get influenced by people without realising. That definitely would happen. My icons that I love Blake Lively, just because she's like me but better looking and like Hollywood looking. So I like people that kind of look like me, blonde and blue eyed. I love her. I think I'd love to look like her. But her as a whole. And I love Ellen DeGeneres. I know she's not my style icon, sorry Ellen, but I love her. Love her. Body icons I have. I'm always looking at women's bodies. I really do love women. If I go into a bar, I'll check out the women straight away. And I'm one of those girls that dress for girls. If I go out, I want all the girls to look at me and like what I'm wearing. I couldn't care less if the men are looking at me or they like what I'm wearing, because men just like slutty things, because men are small-minded. All of them. So I'm just going to pick 2 more questions, otherwise I'm going to be blabbering on too much. Being an established blogger now. Being an established blogger. Oh, you're probably the only person who thinks I'm an established blogger, but that's a nice thing to say. Do you still have any fears over your blog? Oh my god, and if so, what are they? Massively. Massively, massively, massively. I'm a very anxious person, so if you're an anxious person, blogging is, I think, that much harder, because I care what people say. I'm really sensitive. Blogging is, I'm not saying everyone's a raging bitch, but it's very competitive and it's hard to find real good friends that don't just want to use you for things, but I think you get that in life anyway. So that is really hard about blogging. It's quite a lonely industry, which I don't mind because I like working on my own. But I have fears about that, like meeting people that aren't genuinely want to be friends with you. They maybe want to be friends with you because you have followers, or they don't want to be friends with you because you don't have enough followers. But I'm getting quite good now at determining who's genuine and who's not. So that's a massive fear. Learning to accept how I look has only happened in the last few months, literally. I always come across really moody because I hate my oblong shaped head, and when I smile it's like I've got a wonky nose, I've got wonky teeth. Like, I'm not one of these pretty girls, and I'm not saying that to try and get, oh, you're so pretty. I really am not. So that was really hard to do, like sit in front of a camera, and I still worry about that now. So there's so many fears, but I would say, I mean, I write my blog still thinking that no one reads it. So when I'm writing it, I fear that no one's reading it. I fear that everyone thinks I'm a div, or my fear is that you don't know the real me and that I come across not how I want to. So I'm really trying to always just be myself and be 100% honest. I could sit here and show you all the glamorous side of blogging, pretend that I'm buying it all because I'm really rich, or pretending that everybody's giving me stuff because I'm doing so well. I want to be really crystal clear about what I'm buying, what I'm saving for, and the reason is because I just want to be myself, and I really worry that people don't see the real me. And for me, I don't feel like I've made it yet, so that's also a fear. Your editing is brilliant on videos, thank you. I need to brush up. Any advice? What programs do you use to edit? I'm really glad, I literally just got this question as I'm filming, and I'm really glad that someone asked me. I'm going to put that away because it's going to be the last one. I'm really glad that someone asked me, because like a lot of people are like, oh, they're so good, who did you get to do it? And that kind of was a bit like, thanks, well, like, I know, not that it was horrible someone doing that, but people really don't think that I did it, so I'm really glad that person's asked me. I come across really ditzy, and I'm quite lazy when it comes to tech stuff. Like, I'm lucky that Paris can do everything, and I just rely on him to do everything, but I didn't, the creative side, I wanted to learn how to do it. At the end of the day, I studied 4 years at university, fashion and marketing, so I do know how to do these creative things, and I'm really passionate about it. So if I really want to do something, I'll go all out. I really wanted my videos to be creative, and I just didn't want to do it if it was going to be half-hearted. So the only thing to do was to go and get lessons. Straight after this, in 5 minutes time actually, I'm having a 3-hour editing lesson, and you'll notice from my Maldives and Indian video, it's really similar. The editing is, I've basically just copied bits, and that's because I've only learned that amount. So unless I start doing more lessons, I'm not going to be able to do other stuff. But I invested into software. I played around with iMovie, I played around with the YouTube applications that they have, which are quite good, and then I did Final Cut, I think it's Final Cut, and the best thing to use is Adobe. Like, if you do photos, you can't beat Adobe. It's pricey, I didn't want to buy the whole package, so I'm actually paying for the monthly payment. So I do that, and then I just basically have my lessons, and I'm still learning, and unless I have the lessons once a week, I'm not going to know. So if you want to criticise me for going to get lessons, that's fine, but I'm getting lessons because I want to do it really well, and I'm really enjoying getting creative. I really thought about it for months, and I think some of the editing is more basic than you realise. It's just the way that I've matched the music to the editing. It helps that I was in the Maldives. The footage looked like insane, but I'm just slowly learning. And if you want to do your videos like that, invest into Adobe and get lessons. Oh, and watch hours and hours of YouTube videos. I'm obsessed with YouTube now. I'm obsessed with watching the videos, but that is so helpful. I would stay up all night just watching how to do the most simple things. So that's how I do them. So I'm sorry if this is a bit boring. It's literally me just sitting here in front of the camera. But because I've got my blog to do and all my photos to do, I can't spend my life doing the editing. It takes me hours, way longer than what a normal editing person will take. So unless I want to give up my blog, I can't do every video like that. And I thought it was just nice for you can't see my personality in them like really edited ones. So I hope this Q&A was okay. I hope I answered enough. I hope I didn't answer too much. I've answered a lot of questions for fashion on the dressing room one, so I'll link that below, and all the fashion questions you asked me are on that. I can hear him outside. I can hear you! So I need to go because I have my photo, my editing lesson now. So I hope that was okay. Do you want to say bye? Because I know you're there. Do you want to say bye?
Bye.
Come and sit down. Yeah, everybody knows you've changed. Bye.
This way to Lula.
Bye. Let's say bye.
Bye.
If you liked the video, press the subscribe button and I'll see you soon.